Alright, so I'm back without my blue light blocking glasses this time because I just realized I always have them on and they're not even like actual glasses to see out of. They're blue light blocking glasses. And since I work on my devices a lot, like most of us are doing at home, I wear these to help reduce the amount of blue light coming from the screens. Like now I'm on 2 screens and you can see it through my glasses. And then I like going live on Instagram better because their filters are better. Facebook, no filter. All right, so I came back. My name is Carol Kelly, and I am of They Call Me Miss Kelly. I am a community educator, a professional reader, proofreader, copy editor, writer, whip shea butter, and content creator. And I am here for your intellectual growth and entertainment. So I'm here to teach you what I know so we can go on this journey of life applying what we've learned in order to improve our lives. Ooh, that was good. I never get it right like that the first time around. But okay, so yeah, I am going to discuss a couple of things, like a couple of reading reactions from Black Girl Bliss's Pussy Prayers. So if you are offended by the word pussy, you might not want to be on this live. And yes, after I read this book, I started saying the word a lot more because I mean, it's called Pussy Prayers and you're going to talk about the book and it's on the cover of the book. Oh, I can show somebody. Okay, and it's on the cover of the book, and you just can't get away from it. You can just keep reading it over and over, and you just become desensitized by it. And I'm not extremely offended by the word pussy, but I've always been afraid to say it because it was just always so like, like you're not supposed to say that. That's not ladylike and blah, 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 and this, and that. But who the hell cares? I'm going to say whatever the hell I want to say, right? Anyway, and that's all conditioning and programming and all that stuff. People are supposed to tell you, don't say the word pussy because this, and that. Whatever, I got my man, I got my kids, I'm good. But that's just me, because that's what I really want for myself. All right, so a couple of things from Pussy Prayers by Black Girl Bliss, and I am doing a book discussion on this particular book. You can get it on Amazon as an ebook. You can get the actual paperback book. I might just do it as like a live like this. And if anybody wants to just chime in and comment if you've already read the book and just do a discussion like that. That way you get to know me better and get to know what this whole book discussion group is about that I want to do for just like Black women. I mean, I love all women. I love everybody. I don't hate anyone, but I see a particular need in my community. This is why I like to call myself a community educator, because focusing on literacy in my community, especially for Black moms and single Black moms, understanding that developing a love of literacy for yourself, you can then pass that down to your kids, like generational wealth. And then they can learn for themselves. They can discern things for themselves. They don't always have to take everything that's told to them as truth. They don't just have to stop their learning at school. They can actually take what they learn and then apply it to their lives so they can get better. And this is what I'm trying to do with my book club, and I want to help you guys. So if you would like to join in on the book discussion, I will keep you updated. I have added the link into this live, or I will as soon as I am done, for you to sign up for it. Or if I just do it as an open discussion on Facebook or Instagram, I'll post that with a time and I'll save it as a video, and you guys can always come back and comment and chime in that way. So it's a book discussion group for women of color, Black women, women that look like me. You gotta look like me, lighter, darker, deep complexion, light complexion, whatever. All right, so here are my thoughts and readings on Pussy Prayers by Black Girl Bliss. Number 1, how does the word pussy make you feel? What do you call it and why? This was actually a question on page number 5. And the word at first made me feel like I said, disgusting. Hey, Michael, this is kind of for women. I don't know if you want to stay in and listen in. All right. So, yeah, at first, I already told you the word made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. What I call it, I just call it a vagina. Because that's what it is. Like, and then if you have a daughter, you want to teach your daughter like the proper term of that region, the genitals that we have as women, because I don't want her confusing it with anything else. Because if I ask her a question about her vagina, I want her to be clear that that's exactly what I'm asking her about, and no one should be touching her there, and we can openly discuss whatever she needs to discuss. So there's no woo-woo or hoo-ha or none of that. I just always called it a vagina. So now I feel comfortable calling it pussy. Would I use it in every setting? No. I would probably just use it with friends or if I'm in that type of mood. Number 2, why do you think Black Girl Bliss chose this title? Well, personally, I think she chose it for shock value. Why else would an author choose a book like that? And then also to go back into the whole idea that women are supposed to be prim and proper, and that we should not be as free as we want to be with what we own and what is our possession, not somebody else's. And why are we taught to be ashamed of it? Everybody else can go ahead and flaunt it and talk about it, and men can do whatever they want to it and claim it and praise it and talk about it negatively, positively. But women, we're not supposed to talk about what we have at all, which is just completely backwards to me. And it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, she definitely chose the title as shock value, and to question why it makes us uncomfortable in the first place. When, like I said, men talk, why is it okay and acceptable for men and we can't even use it and it's ours? Number 3, are bad words powerful? Oh yeah, and then the word pussy is powerful. Think about it, because if some people can say it and it's acceptable and some people can't, that means those people hold the power. They have the right to say that word. And why is it acceptable for men to have the right to say that word? That makes no sense. But then as soon as women say it, we're like, oh, we got to be all prim and proper, this, and that. And this is why we cannot be open and be ourselves. We're trying to please somebody else or trying to please a man to get a man, but he's the one using the word too. He's the one talking about it too. Like, how are you going to be able to talk about it and I can't talk about it? It's mine. So yeah, bad words are powerful. All words are powerful. It all depends on the intent in which you use them. Are you using them to hurt, to inform, to entertain, to explain? Look, I'm going down the whole pie list. For author's purpose. Persuade, inform, entertain, explain, or describe. Number 4, I've definitely said pussy a lot while reading this book and after reading. It's like you can't help it. You just get used to it. So if you've never said the word pussy before, you read this book, you will keep saying it over and over and over without a problem. So that means that I have gotten over my trauma of the word pussy. For whatever reason, whoever told me that it was wrong, you cannot do that, you cannot say that, this book actually helped me get over that trauma. I can say whatever I want. Number 5, page 7. Pussy is anatomical. It is. The word itself is a construct. It's an idea. It's a label for anatomy. You know, the pubic mound, the labia, the clitoris, the urethra, the vagina. And that pussy is life. Like, we manifest and we give life. We create. That is ultimate power. We create without without pussy or without the vagina, without the reproductive system of the woman, nothing would be here. And then just think how many people are trying to take away that power. Number 6, page 8, to teach. So the book is actually trying to teach how to harness innate divinity. Divine, okay? So the holy femininity through the positive attention, praise, and reverence of your pussy. So you are meant to connect with the divine. You are meant to connect with your higher self spiritually by getting to know your pussy, your vagina, by getting to know yourself as a woman, accepting yourself as a woman. Number 7, Black women have been forced to disconnect from our bodies for survival. This was on page 11. Which is true. And the use of the word pussy is one example of that. We're not supposed to use that. You know? We're not supposed to be sexual because we're already viewed as sexual. Hell, we can't help it if we're sexual. But Black women aren't the only ones who are sexualized or sexual. Right? All women are sexualized or sexual. And then if you have a specific body type, if you're super curvy or if you like to show off your body, then you're sexual. But Black women have been forced to disconnect from that. There's a fear in, oh, you cannot be over sexual because people might judge you or someone might take advantage of you. So some of us have had to disconnect from our bodies for survival because of, and this is number 8, sexual abuse and trauma, which is mentioned throughout this book. So there are triggers in this book. If you have ever been sexually abused or traumatized and you have not healed from that, then you might not be ready for this type of book. You might need to seek professional help. There is nothing wrong with seeking professional help. And the author does start to talk about her experience on page 14 in the book. Number 9, patriarchy only exists because many women dim their light for their man. Page 15. And I feel like I just said that. And that sounds a lot like the women Sula talked about in Sula by Toni Morrison. We are holding ourselves back to make other people happy. And we feel like in order for us to be happy, we have to have a spouse or a partner. But first of all, you have to figure out why you feel like you need someone. It's good to have companionship. Yeah, you want to have relationships with people. But you don't want to have to feel like you need to be with somebody in order to be happy. Because then you're always dependent on that person for your happiness. And do you really want to be like that? The only time you're ever happy is when you're with that person. You're only happy when that person is around. You're a completely different type of person and completely different attitude and personality when that person is not around. That is not good. That is codependency. You want to be independent in your own happiness. So if that person is not there, you have something that makes you happy and uplifts you, and you have things that occupy your time that you want to do, that you love to do. So when you get back with that person, you can enjoy them for who they are, not because they make you happy, because you've already fulfilled your own needs. Okay, so there are some pressure points. Page 17. And this is mentioned in the book. Oh, my reactions to the pressure points starting on page 17. And one of them was, who taught you how to be a woman? And I stated that initially, I don't think anyone ever taught me about what it meant to be a woman. I was raised by a single mom and lived with 2 older sisters. And none of them specifically taught me about how to be a woman. I mean, I think I just learned from observations. And they probably did, but I mean, what does it mean to be taught to be a woman in the first place? Like, I learned from my aunt, you should always smell nice. You should always have perfume on. You always want to smell nice. I still believe that. You should always have some nice smelling fragrance on if you want to, well, that's just me. I just like to have something nice smelling fragrance on. I love to have my eyebrows done all the time. I try to keep my hair somewhat done, even though my braids probably need to be redone over. I like earrings, and I like to get my nails done. Well, I've been doing them myself because of, COVID. I'm not ready to go to the salon yet. And I chose pink. I put it in my stories, white or pink, and I ended up choosing pink. I love pink. And I have pink pearls on and a pink top. I don't know why. I'm just radiating pink today. Okay. So, yeah, I am like feminine, I think. Like kind of girly, but not like girly girl, I guess. That's like a stereotype. But I don't feel like I have to wear makeup all the time or something like that. I like makeup though. Don't get me wrong. If I feel like I want to spruce myself up, I'm going to throw up some lipstick, some foundation. I'm going to do it up, okay? Fill my eyebrows in. And then there are other times when I'm just like this, like Mom. Like, my kids just ate dinner and there's dinner on the stove and I'm just sitting here while they're making a bunch of noise in my daughter's room. Okay, so no one really taught me how to be a woman. Like, I don't really know what that means to be taught to be a woman. Maybe somebody can give an example, but I mean, I did learn how to take care of myself as a female, I guess, to the best of my mom and sister's ability, and what I learned from the other women in my family. So my observations of womanhood probably started when I was in 5th grade and started wearing a bra. I hated it. Oh my God, I hate it. I still hate wearing a bra. Or when I started my cycle. Oh my God. And this is why I ask my daughter all the time, like, is it coming? Is it coming? Like, I try to talk to her about everything. I want her to feel comfortable to talk to me about everything. Okay, so when I did get my cycle, my mom made it seem like no big deal when I came to her one night and told her that I got my period. I was excited. And then she's like, oh, the pads are under the bathroom sink. That was all she said, right? And I had to read the instructions to learn how to put it, like, to use them. But then the next morning, there was like this little blue folded bag. It had quotes all over it and it had my name on it. And when I unrolled it, there were everything that I needed for my cycle, like for my first time cycle on my period. It had everything: tampons, pads, Motrin, like a whole kit. And my mother always managed to find the most unique gifts. I don't know where she bought this from, but this would be something perfect for my daughter. Like, it was like my first cycle kit, like my first period kit. She came home and then she explained it to me. It's like, I guess the night before she wasn't really ready to sit and discuss with me the whole like thing. But the next day I could tell that she was prepared because she already had this kit ready. And it was something that you had to buy. And I think I was 9 years old. So my mom was on it. Even though, yeah, like, that's great. She taught me the important things. Okay, so, yeah, I said that feminine, number 2, feminine in my own words is like girly. Hair, makeup, tight clothes, dainty, soft-spoken, and just soft. And no, I don't feel feminine according to my own interpretation. I don't obsess over hair or makeup, and I'm not soft either, but I kind of am soft. And I think I'm realizing that now, that I am kind of soft. And that's okay. I'm starting to accept it. I don't have to be hard or strong all the time because I have a good support system. And because I support myself. What am I talking about? I'm doing good by myself, and I have a support system. 3, I do enjoy being a woman though. Okay, pressure point number 3. I do enjoy being a woman because it's sexy. Hell, And no, I did. Like, I used to wish I was a boy or a man because I thought they had it easier because they were bigger and stronger. And for some reason, to me, men had less responsibility. It seemed like it was harder to be a woman. Even when I was younger, it seemed like it was harder to be a kid, a female, a girl, than it was to be a boy or a man. Like, it just seemed like they had it so much easier growing up and into adulthood. But no, I like being a woman now. Screw that. Like, I like being soft, and I like my husband taking care of me, and I like him. I like taking pictures of the breakfast that he makes me and all that, because that's what I like. And I do things for him too. Wow, I do things for him just because that's just the type of person that I am. And I'll do it for him. I'm not going to do it for nobody else. But that's just the type of commitment that we make to each other. You know? So number 4, pressure point 4, a presence of divine femininity in my life. I don't have a presence of divine femininity in my life. Like divine, like divine femininity. I guess the closest thing to divine femininity would be like my mom and my grandmother. That would be the closest thing to like divine femininity in my life. You know, because I grew up going to church and all that, you know, black people church, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, choir rehearsal, Sunday school, visiting service, night service, even so yeah, I went to church and everything. So I know about like, you know, like Mary, the Virgin Mary and all that, but not like, but she was a person. She wasn't like divine. She was the mother of Jesus. Well, I don't know. That's all slipping my mind. But divine femininity, like a divine feminine in my life growing up, no. It was all about Jesus. And then God. Then it was like, but everybody referred to God like God was a man, like God was male. You know? So that's not feminine. That's great. Like, yeah, so the closest thing to femininity in my life, divine feminine, would be like my mother and my grandmother on my dad's side. That's it. So it's like, where the hell are my divine feminine? Where the hell are my divine feminine, like, presence? That's what I'm looking into now. You know? Research. So when unhappy with yourself, you start a journey looking for things to help. This is on pages 19 and 20 of Pussy Prayers. You understand why you're unhappy, why everyone else is so happy. But we're unhappy because we worry about everyone else. We've lost ourselves and our happiness trying to get what someone else has. We're all so worried about what the next person has, like keeping up with the Joneses, blah, blah, blah. But you don't appreciate what you have. So you go chasing after somebody else's happiness, and then you find out that's not even what made you happy in the first place. But now you're stuck with this thing, and you're stuck with this label, and it feels good, you think, because a bunch of people are liking it or responding to it, so you keep doing it. But it's not making you happy, and you just keep doing it. And then you're teaching it to your kids, and it doesn't make them happy either, but they keep doing it, and they teach it to their kids, and it just keeps happening over and over and over. And you're teaching a cycle of pleasing other people instead of working on yourself in order to better people. Page 23, Pussy Prayers. We're taught to cover up. We're taught not to touch ourselves. Don't let anyone else touch you. Put on some clothes. Wear a bra. Boys will be boys. Double standards. Boys are praised. Yeah. This is what's discussed. And this is all what we know. We're taught don't have sex. If you get pregnant, for black women, this is mainly, if you get pregnant, the mom is not going to help you. Yeah, and then we don't feel comfortable talking to our kids about sex, like as black women or black moms. Well, some of us don't. I do. And if I do, others probably do too. So if you do feel comfortable talking to your child about sex, to your daughter, to the women in your family about sex, like really talking to them about sex, not talking to them one way and then talking to the boys a different way, because that's a double standard. If you gonna sit and give your son a condom and say be safe and do this and that, you sit there and you do that with the girls too. And condoms are not just there to get you to not get pregnant. There's also a such thing called STIs. They're not called STDs anymore. Did you even know that? Okay, and these kids have a lot of questions. I have sat in on sex ed in the middle school classroom with a very good sex ed teacher who was very open and explained everything to those kids, every question they had, and they were like basic questions. I always learn something new in that class, in the middle school sex education classroom. Simple, basic questions that parents should be able to sit and talk to their kids about. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You had sex to have the kids. Like, what the hell? If you can't explain what you did to have them, why are you doing it? Okay. So, page 24. Pleasure is your birthright. And I damn sure know that now, because I'll be damned if I'm going to engage in a sexual act with anybody and I'm not going to get any pleasure out of it, and I'm not faking it either. If I engage in sexual activity, it is going to feel good, and you are going to make me feel good. All right. It's a poetry event at 8:00. Oh well, I'm gonna catch the poetry event, and then you guys can finish watching this live, because I'm gonna leave it on IGTV and I'm gonna leave it as a post video. But yeah, like I said, so I'll be damned if I'm having sexual relations or intercourse or anything with anybody if I'm not getting any type of pleasure out of it. And I'm a grown woman, so whatever we doing, we need to do. I'm not holding back. I'm not going to waste my time and waste my energy, and then I do all this work, and then it's just like, what did I even do this for? And then I'm not going to give you my time and energy again. If I give you my time and energy again, then that's you. The goal was achieved. That it was accomplished. What I wanted happened. And I like to be, I don't know, I like to be worshipped. Hell, I want you to make me feel like you wanted me, like you want me, and you're glad that you have me, and that you're going to do what you need to do in order to make sure that I am satisfied. And that is how we should always be when we engage in sexual activity. Black women, don't be doing it just to be doing it. Do it. Let them know how you like it to be done so you can be satisfied. Make sure that you're satisfying too, because what you put out, you should be getting back, and vice versa. Don't give more than what you have. But don't be stingy either. Shoot. All right? If he giving you the good, you got to give it back to him too. Or she, or he, or they, whoever. Okay. And also come to an understanding in pussy prayers. Not all women want to have children. Not all women want to be married. Not all women want a man. And what is wrong with that? Nothing. Who made this a general rule, and why do we accept it? Is this what happiness looks like? Kids, marriage, husband, that's it? That's all you need? If that's all you need, what you still looking for? If that's all you need, why are you crying in the bathroom? Because I've done it. I don't do it anymore though. But you know, when I was overworking myself, what do you need to make you happy? Just kids, marriage, a husband, a man, a spouse, that's it. It's got to be something else. And you really have to question yourself. All right, so I have a whole bunch of other notes, right? But I'm going to leave all those other notes for discussion for the official Pussy Prayers discussion, and then actually got into a lot more things that I wasn't actually supposed to say. But all right, so if you would like to join my Pussy Prayers discussion, please follow me on all my platforms. I'll list them there. Again, my name is Carol Kelly of They Call Me Miss Kelly. I am a community educator, professional reader, proofreader, writer, whipped shea butter maker. Check my Etsy shop. Okay. And content creator, here for your intellectual growth and entertainment. Here to teach you something new as we go on this journey together to take the knowledge from what we read and apply it to our lives. Whether that be fiction or nonfiction, informational, historical fiction, whatever. Don't let me go down all the genres, all right? All right, thank you guys for your time. Happy Friday evening. It's water in here, but cheers.